Hey guys, Matthew Morrow, MorrowInvest.com. I'm bringing you today's 2-minute tip of the day. I had a question on the global market. We're hearing a lot about this global market, and I want to, I'm not going to be super specific. I just want to give you some thoughts of my own on how I view things when you go to do investments. If you're going to be a manufacturer, say, and you're going to build some widget, whatever that widget might be, it doesn't matter what that item is, you're going to compete with other people, right? So who's going to be your competition? Well, if you're going to do some type of manufacturing, you're going to deal with other manufacturers. Well, who are other manufacturers? Well, China is a huge manufacturer. Now, for us to manufacture here in the United States, to make our widget, in China, they can make it for 10 times less. Did you get that? 10 times less they can make that same item. That makes it very hard for us to compete when it comes to manufacturing, okay? So if you were starting a business and you said, I'm going to do USA, I'm not going to outsource, I'm only going to do here in America, just know that you are going to have an uphill battle. You're going to have a lot to fight because they haven't gone through their women's revolution. They haven't gone through their civil rights revolution. They haven't gone with benefits and income increases and middle class. They don't have all that yet. So they're able to do things. They don't have the regulations and the government stuff that we do. So with all that, they can do it a whole lot cheaper than we can. Okay? So let's look at a different business. You want to look, when you're trying to start your own business, maybe you decide, well, man, I don't want such competition. I want to do something like a mobile home park. Well, there's not a lot of mobile home parks. There are a lot, but there's not a lot of new ones. So, they're not building new ones. A lot of municipalities don't want them. So you have almost no competition. So that's good. What if you wanted to be, who grows up and says, hey, I want to own a cemetery? There's not a lot of people that grow up that want to own a cemetery, but guess what? Everybody dies. So if I said, hey, I've got a business for you, and every single human alive will use your service, you'd be like, man, that sounds like a great thing. Well, there's a few of those. If you're a nurse or a doctor, everybody's going to get sick. If you're a farmer and you produce food, everybody's got to eat. If you have real estate, everybody's got to have a place to live. And if you're going to die, everybody's going to die one day. So there are some businesses that everybody can use, and they're not on a global market. So just keep that in mind when you're starting your business to decide, do I want to do something on a mass scale, or do I want to do something on a smaller local scale? Again, just knowing what your market is, knowing what your goals are, knowing what you're trying to accomplish, and knowing what your competition is. I think one of the most frustrating things for me when I talk to people is their just blind optimism. I'm all about being optimistic, but I'm not a gambler. I'm not rolling dice at the craps table, just like, man, come on, I hope it lands on red. That's not what I'm doing, and that's not what investors do. Investors pull out a spreadsheet that's 20 pages long, and they look at all the options, all the competition. What are the hindrances that are going to keep us from being successful, and how can we minimize those? Right? So we take educated guesses. It's not gambling. It's a pretty solid, like, we're not going to do the investment unless it's about 95% sure that it's going to happen. If you're like, well, there's a 50-50 chance, well, guess what? That black and red on the craps table is 50-50. That's the best chance you're going to get at the craps table. So just put your money on red or black, right? That's not what we're doing. We're not gambling. We're investing, okay? So when you go to start your own business, again, whatever is in line with your goals and your things that you want to accomplish, and again, knowing your competition and not having this blind optimism, you'll need to have somebody like me that can look at things critically, but in a positive light, that can show you better ways to do things so that you don't run into the brick wall and then wonder, why did I run into the brick wall? Right? You want to start a business and be successful and know you're going to have a high degree of being successful if you implement these things. You don't want to go into a direction, put your your whole life savings, get loans, get your family on board, and then just run into a brick wall. That's not what we want you to do. We want you to be successful, and there are ways to make those things happen. I hope you guys are blessed. Have a blessed day.